Great. So let's take a look at Mimir, which is going to be the main tool that we're going to use in this class for writing and submitting our code. So I have a test account that I'm signed into here. And this should be what you all see on your screens right now. And as the semester goes along, you'll see more coursework listed here. So we'll have a couple of different kinds of assignments. One will be assignments where you give me some sort of, you type in some sort of answer. And so here, for the first assignment, which you all should be working on now, you're going to be filling out a Google form and it'll give you a secret phrase to put in here. But the other main kind of assignment that we'll see on Mimir are going to be these coding assignments that are project type assignments. They won't all be projects. They'll just be some sort of assignments where you have to write code. So once you click into this assignment, you'll see you won't have any submissions. I currently have some as I've been testing how the system looks for you. But when you come in here, you won't have any submission listed here, and you will see a description, a short description of what this project is about. In this case, this is just a demo project. You'll notice it's set to be due in December after the class is already over because there are no points for this project. For the most part, all of the assignments in this course will be unlimited submissions, which means you can submit your code as many times as you want to see if each time what score you get on the assignment based on the tests, which I'll show you in a minute here. Make sure to look here though, if this is different for any particular assignment, I'll call it out in the description and you'll see it up here how many submissions you have. But for the most part, we plan to have all assignments allow unlimited submissions. And likewise here, the grading strategy best submission, which is what we'll use for all of our assignments, means that we'll take the score from the best submission that you make. Not the most recent one, but the best one. So if you submit some code, it passes most of the tests, you keep working on it, you want to submit again, and it passes less, we'll use whatever is the highest score across all of your submissions. Now, how do we actually write code? And this is going to be an exciting moment. We're going to write our first line of code together. So feel free, and I encourage you to pull up Mimir and do this alongside with me and pause the video if you need more time. So over here on the right, we see two main options. Well, a couple options. We see submit, but we'll get to that. We see a download starter code and open in Mimir IDE. For the sake of uniformity across the whole class, I'm going to assume and encourage everyone to use the Mimir IDE for coding. If you're familiar with other kinds of IDEs and you've done coding before and prefer to use a different IDE, you're welcome to do so, but I encourage everyone to use the Mimir IDE so that we encounter less issues. What is an IDE? Well, let's click into this and see. So an IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. And you remember from first lecture that all of the code that you write, programming, it's just writing or composing something in a programming language. In the same way that you would write an English essay for your English class, here we're writing something in Python. And so conceptually, if you wanted to, you could write your Python code on paper, though you'd have to put it into the computer, or you could write it in Microsoft Word or Google Docs if you really wanted to. But at the end of the day, we need some sort of file that has a .py ending, which tells the computer that it's a Python file in the Python language. And we use IDEs, Integrated Development Environments, because they're editors just like Google Docs or Microsoft Word, but they're specifically written for programming. And so you've seen in Google Docs, there's autocorrect. So if you type something wrong, it'll correct you because it knows that you're typing in English. IDEs do the same thing, but assuming that you're using a programming language like Python. So that's why they're so useful. We see a couple of screens here. So on the left, we see your files. And this is just like the files on your computer. When you open a Mimir IDE, this is running in the cloud. And when you hear someone talk about something running in the cloud, this means that there's some computer somewhere else that is running this program, and then it's showing you the screen from that program. So there is a computer out there somewhere that has these folders on it, and you're accessing the folders from that computer. This is really handy because when you code on your own computer, if your computer dies or gets wet or something, or gets lost or gets stolen, you lose all your files. But by using the Mimir IDE, as long as you log into this with the same account, you'll be able to access all of your files from any computer, because each time you log in, those files are actually stored somewhere in the cloud, somewhere in some data center. So these are folders just like you'd be used to on your own computer. So the outer folder here is the class folder, CSCI100, Howard University, Fall 2021. And in here, there's going to be folders for each assignment that we create for the class. And right now, there's only one coding assignment, demo coding assignment, but this list will continue to grow, and you'll see that you'll have all of the labs, classwork assignments, which won't be graded, the classwork assignments, your homeworks, which will be graded, and projects. Each of those will have its own folder here. Now, if you click into the current assignment that we're going to be working on, this demo coding assignment, we see here that there's a demo code.py. So every assignment will start off with a file which will be your starter code. And for most cases, this will be the file that you'll need to submit to turn in your homework.